Hickok 45, about to take on the jungle with my Jungle Carbine. Oh, there's some jungle item right there. A 2-liter. How about a bowling pin? You know, people have to bowl in the jungle, don't they? I mean, why not? Yeah, 303 British. How's that for cool? How's that for cool, Mr. Gong? What do you think up there? Yeah, he answered. He always answers with a ring in his voice, doesn't he? Such a poet. Yeah, Hickok 45 here. We've got the Jungle Carbine out. Haven't had it out for a few years. It's your fault. You should have reminded me. Yes, the beautiful Jungle Carbine at the Enfield number 5 Mark 1 specifically. And you've seen this one before, I hope. I'll link to the earlier videos with it. We've not done a chapter 2. I think we did a range 2 and then a main video. So I have an excuse to get it out again and shoot that thing. It's pretty cool. This is my firearm. I purchased it. Actually, it's Simpson Limited. Speaking of the devil, it might have been the first firearm I bought from them. I don't know. But you know, and don't forget what this rifle is called. Now, it's not really called the Jungle Carbine. Technically, you know, again, it's a number 5 Mark 1. But it became known as the Jungle Carbine because it was used in the jungle a lot. Towards the end of the war, World War II, I think they were made from 44 to 47, basically. So it's a shortened version, you know, the Lee Enfield. A handier version, a little bit controversial. A lot of people think it has that wandering zero where it doesn't stay accurate after a few shots, but there's a couple, 3 schools of thought on that. A lot of people think that's a lot of bunk, that the soldiers, the military over there just wanted a new rifle. They were ready to give up on these, okay? There were a lot of higher tech designs out by that time, 1944, other than a bolt action rifle. Yeah, so some of that, a lot of people think was exaggerated. Who knows? How about a bowling pin? How about a miss? I knew when I shot, I had pulled off. For those of you who don't shoot much, but you'd like to, and you will, you're just too young right now or whatever, it's like shooting a basketball or throwing maybe a baseball or whatever. When you let go of it or you take the shot, sometimes, I know you can relate to that, that you know when you let it go that, man, that was off. I don't know why. I just didn't have the right form or something. Or you just knew it was going to be off. That's just the way it is. And you know what? I see a wall down there with a 2-liter on it. So let's disrupt its life down there. I think I got part of the wall and the 2-liter. Not much of the wall left. Let's hit it again. Oh man, I love to shoot cinder blocks. Let's hit another one down there. It's about gone. Need to get a brick mason or contractor to build another wall, don't we? Got 1 round left. Let's try a red plate over there on the left. I went under it, I think, because I took a couple of shots earlier today and I was missing low. All right, so I was holding a little bit too low, and that will cause you to miss low if you are holding low. Isn't that a beautiful gun? That's a pretty piece of wood. Just gorgeous. And best I can tell, I remember when I bought it from Simpson, they thought it was unissued. And it was just like a new condition, unissued condition, that it had not been redone. They were pretty sure. They weren't, you're going to say 100%. But I kind of agree. As you look at it in detail, you might have a different opinion. I mean, it doesn't matter one way or the other. But the wood, it's just in too good a shape to have been refinished, I think. And the metal, like on that buttstock even, so what if they even refinished it? There would be just some nicks and things more so than on this. And you know, the side of that receiver and everything, it's just I think it just never was issued. It's just like a new one. It really is. So it's kind of neat. I like firearms that have been through the battles too. But it's interesting also having one that just might never have left the plant hardly, or it was on a warehouse maybe or whatever. So I'm going to shoot some more. Is that okay? Before I do though, again, I want to remind you, look at that beautiful stuff on the table from APMEX, American Precious Metals Exchange. We appreciate their support. A highly reputable online precious metals dealer if there ever was one. Now that 45 I'm not going to shoot today, but it's pure silver. So if you see a, well, what is it? Not a vampire, a werewolf out there, let me know, okay? I'll grab my 45 real quick and we'll put it in action. So we appreciate their help. So can I load it? You know, I have some clips somewhere, and I use that word correctly, clips, for loading this, but you know, I just don't like them for the Enfield at all. And I don't know, maybe it's because the ones I have, I've heard people talk about how there's some of them are really hard to use. And I think that describes the ones I have. I'm just going to load the mag. Again, I'm not going to battle with this thing. And I'm not a reenactor, so I don't, you know, and I think I've shown you all in one of the Enfields. I need to probably get a couple of nice, well-worn clips for the 303 and you know, just demonstrate it again, I guess, at some point. But anyway, these are nice rifles. They're not my very favorite bolt gun. They're one of my favorites. You know, this and the Mauser, the Autry Springfield. Much more so than the Mosin. You know, you see in comments occasionally people ask, well, what do you think is the best bolt gun, the Mosin or the, you know, the Enfields or the Mausers or whatever? People are genuinely interested. And again, I'm not going to seize the moment to bash the Mosin, but if you put this beside a Mauser, Autry Springfield, which is the Mauser essentially, right? A Mosin, there's just no comparison, really. Yeah, just no comparison, even though the Mosin works. All right, let's ram some more home here and take a couple more shots. Oh, yeah, I missed the red plate, didn't I? Yeah, I was trying to forget. All right, let's hold it a little higher and see if that takes care of it. Might have gone too high. All right. Yeah, that's where we need to hold, right there. I'm going to try the coffin. That coffin is heavy. That old 303 British gets criticized for being a weak round sometimes, but it's got some punch to it. It really does. I'll show you. See that watermelon? You'll go right through it. And that 2-liter. Woo! Ouch. That bolt hit my hand. You got to watch it. There's a fair amount of recoil there. And I see another. I'm going to hit that propane tank first. Oh, I didn't shoot the paper target yet. All right. See if we can pop it. One shot. Yeah, that's enough. This little thing is not that heavy. It's like a couple of pounds lighter than the full-size Lee Enfield rifles. And, of course, that's the beauty of it. It's handier to carry and everything. But it does punch you a little harder. It really does. Try not to shoot that tree. I like the little rifle, even though it does knock you around a little bit. I'm going to try red plate again on the left. Boom. Knocking. It's nice to have 10 rounds once you get it loaded. What else needs to be shot? Oh, a bowling pin. Look at that. Look at that bowling pin. Did the same thing. Put my hand against that bolt. Here's another bowling pin. All right. You don't mind my getting tactical every now and then, do you? Sometimes you have to charge targets or they don't really respect you. It's just that simple. Whew. Yeah, I'll tell you what I was doing here. I mean, nothing dangerous, but when I fired, I just had my knuckle against the bolt, okay? And then I didn't have it in my shoulder tucked in tightly. If you've really got it tucked in tightly, then it's not going to come back very much. Your whole body's going to come back. But if it's loose at all, then boom, right against your knuckle, just the bone, the hardest part there, the worst part. And again, the stock is a little short for me. I had the extender out. I didn't use it because, boy, is it ugly on this thing. It makes it a lot nicer for me. But, with that sling attachment there and everything, it's kind of a little weird. But when I put it up, I feel so much better. If I prowl around and do a little stump shooting just around the place, then I want that on there just because I just want to see the sights a little more clearly. It helps me a lot, yeah. It also protects my knuckle. So, true, it reduces the recoil some, it softens it, but so much of it is it gets my eye back a little further away from the sight, gets my knuckle away from the bolt. It's just, again, for a normal sized person, it's not that important, because for a normal sized person, the rifle just like that would feel like it does to me when I have the extender on the back. So anyway, pretty neat rifle. Thought I'd get it out and let you come along and enjoy it with me. These old military surplus rifles are just special. They really are, because, well, they're just great rifles, fun to shoot. The ammo's available. Federal loads this 8mm Mauser, and the other companies too, I guess. It's just wonderful. The ammo's still available, and it's the exact rifle. The beauty is these are the exact rifles that were used. Now this one, as I say, may not have been actually this physical specimen, because it looks like it's right off the rack, but it's still the same rifle. Whereas, a lot of rifles they're select fire, full auto, and that sort of thing that the military has used for quite a few years now. Like an M4 or something, or just whatever, a BAR, even old stuff. It's full auto. A Thompson, it takes oh my gosh, a lot to get into one of those, and many of them are not even available for any price. So to get the exact firearm that was carried, by soldiers, whereas these, like a Garand, same rifle, carried. I have several rifles, as you've seen, that were carried through World War I, World War II, handguns and everything. So it's just fun to get them out and shoot them. Let me shoot these four little lonely bullets lying here. Don't you think they need to be shot? Isn't that pretty? The 303 British has a rim. It's a rimmed cartridge there. You know how I can tell and why it's called a rimmed cartridge? You got it. There's a rim on it. See? And a lot of automatic cartridges don't. Well, like this 45 doesn't really have a rim. I mean, it has a little bit of rim, but it's kind of rebated. So there's nothing sticking out there. The diameter all the way back is the same. Whereas with this, you have literally a rim like a revolver cartridge or something, handgun cartridge or a revolver cartridge, a 44 Magnum or something, 38 Special. Okay. No charge for that little lesson. Okay, I'll put these four in and I'll shoot something that needs to be shot and not hurt anybody, not hurt anything other than a bowling pin or a 2-liter. You know what, I don't think the gong, even though the gong is a big target, it's not really been addressed much, has it? Maybe I'll take that bowling pin down right there first. All right, I won't charge him. I'll just see if I can pop him. Get my hand back away from that bolt. Yeah. I'd like to shoot that hog, but he's a little close. And, if he were alive, it'd be a great target, wouldn't it? Let's try the gong. Rock. I'm going to try that. That was my last round. that plate down there over on the other hill on the lower left, because it'll knock it off. Oh, how did I do that? I can't let that rest. I got to take at least a couple more shots at it. It's an old plate. Used to shoot at quite a bit, and it's just sitting there. It's not swinging or anything. It will actually fall, actually get a reaction. 2 rounds ought to be enough. All right. Okay. I don't know what it did. The last round, I gotta remember that now, doesn't want to feed. I'm not sure what that would be, if it's a magazine or what. So anyway, pretty cool old gun. It's so new, it's like it's rough almost. Okay, it's just not even broken in. That's my take on it. If you've got a different opinion and you are an expert, unlike me, let me know. But you know, just everything on it, it just seems it all matches. And I remember from my research before some of the earlier videos, it all seemed correct, where they used to kind of the electric pencil or whatever on that and on the bolt. That's just what they were doing at the time. Whereas with some firearms that were used, to pick up a bolt that would work and all that, and they would you know, pencil in the serial number to match later on, all those sorts of things. But as I understand, that's not what was going on with this, because they penciled in the serial number on the back of the bolt and different things. But this one, I think, just has never been carried in anger or in battle. So anyway, the old Jungle Carbine, the number 5 Mark 1, is a really handy rifle. It really is. They're not easy to find in really good shape, but if you were looking for a rifle, an Enfield, you like these things, and you're not 6'8", you might prefer this over any of the others, because there's just a handy size, like a little scout rifle. They're pretty cool. And this is a real one, as I said. I mean, it's got I'll link to the earlier videos, but I think I took this off and showed you in those. They relieved some of the metal. They're trying to get it lighter. They took a couple of pounds off, I think, and they cut out the receiver here and the barrel back here and different things, and it's a shorter barrel and not as much wood on it, and they got the weight down. Even the bolt handle knob is hollowed out, trying to get weight off of it, as best they could, and they achieved that. So anyway, I'm glad you came out, and I could tell you were right there behind me, breathing down my neck as I was missing, but that's okay. That's all right. I appreciate you coming by. So y'all have a good evening. Life is good.
Oh yeah, that's better. This is a great gun for defense. Oh hey, didn't see you guys there. While I've got you here, I want to remind you of our friends over at Talon Grips and Ballistol. Talon Grips makes grips, can you believe it, for all different types of firearms. You can get rough texture or more of a rubberized texture. It just sticks right on there. Really affordable, really cool option to improve the grip for your handguns or rifles. So please check them out at talongungrips.com. You'll be glad you did. And also Ballistol. Dad has been using Ballistol for many years. It's a cleaner and a lubricant, and it's non-toxic. It works really great, and we're happy to have them on board since it's been a part of our shooting endeavor for a very long time. So go to ballistol.com, talongungrips.com. And also, while you're out there, I'm juggling all these things here. Also, while you're on the internet, please do check out our other social media like Hickok45 on Facebook. There's also Hickok45 on Twitter, The Real Hickok45 on Instagram. There's a John_Hickok45 on Instagram where I do some things. There's Hickok45.com. You can find us also on Gunstreamer. So check out all that stuff and then watch more videos.